In a small village, there lived a young girl named Adanna. She was kind and smart, but some people were mean to her because she was bigger than other girls her age. Every day, she would walk to the village well to fetch water, and other children would laugh and point at her. But Adanna had a secret. Her grandmother was a teacher, was teaching her special healing herbs and medicines that only their family knew about. While others laughed, Adana spent hours learning which plants could heal sick people. One day, when Kofi, the boy who laughed at her the most, got very sick with fever, no one could help him. His family tried everything, but he got worse each day. They didn't know what to do. That night, Adana couldn't sleep. She knew she could help Kofi with her grandmother's special medicine, but she was scared. What if they made fun of her more? Then she remembered what her grandmother always said: a kind heart is more important than what people think of you. Early the next morning, Adana gathered her courage and walked to Kofi's house. Her house shook as she knocked on the door. Kofi's mother opened it, looking tired and sad. I can help, Adana said quietly. I know which herbs can break his fever. To Adana's surprise, Kofi's mother didn't laugh or send her away. Instead, tears filled her eyes. Please, she said, help my son. Inside, Kofi lay very still, his forehead burning with fever. The same boy who laughed at Adana now needed her help. Adana walked carefully, missing the special herbs her grandmother had taught her. She made medicine tea and put cooling leaves on Kofi's forehead. All day and all night, she stayed by his side, checking his fever and giving him medicine at just the right times. On the third morning, Kofi's fever broke. He opened his eyes and saw Adana sleeping in a chair next to his bed, tired from taking care of him. For the first time, he saw not a girl to laugh at, but someone who had saved his life. News spread quickly through the village. Adana saved Kofi, people whispered. Her grandmother taught her the old medicines. Soon, other villagers came asking for help when they were sick. Instead of laughing, they now bowed their heads respectfully when they saw her. 5 years passed. Adana grew into a beautiful young woman. Though still fat, she now walked with pride and grace. Her healing skills had grown even stronger. People came from faraway villages just to see the miracle healer they had heard about. Kofi, who had once been mean to her, became one of her closest friends. He helped carry heavy water jugs for her medicines and chased away anyone who dared say unkind words about her size. Adana taught me that true beauty comes from a kind heart. Tell people. When a terrible sickness came to the village, it was Adana who saved everyone. Day and night she worked, making medicine, caring for the sick, teaching others how to help. She didn't care if people had once been mean to her. She helped them all. One day, the village chief called a special meeting. Everyone gathered under the big baobab tree. Our village has grown strong and famous because of one person, he said. Adana has not just healed our bodies, she has healed our hearts and taught us to be better people. From this day forward, the chief announced, his voice strong and clear, Adana will be our village princess, next leader. She has shown us that true leadership comes from a caring heart and wisdom. Everyone cheered. Tears filled Adana's eyes as she remembered the lonely girl she once was. People who had once laughed at her now came forward, heads bowed, asking for forgiveness. You showed us kindness when we didn't deserve it, they said. Adana smiled and hugged each one, saying, the past is gone. Let's build a better future together. The village held a great celebration. There was dancing, singing, and plenty of food. But the most beautiful sight was Adana dancing with complete joy, her body moving with grace and confidence. No one saw her size anymore. They saw only her beautiful heart. So, as village princess, Adana's first decision was to start a school where young girls and boys could learn healing and medicine. Everyone has a gift to share, she would say. We must never judge someone by how they look, but by what is in their heart. News of the village princess spread to other communities. Visitors were surprised to find a fat young woman as leader, but after seeing how she ran the village with wisdom and kindness, they learned to look beyond appearance. Many other villages started choosing their leaders based on their actions, not their looks. Years passed and the village flourished under Adana's leadership. Gardens bloomed everywhere. Children grew up healthy and strong, and no one was ever mocked for being different. Kofi, now the village head teacher, made sure every child knew the story of how kindness and wisdom had transformed their community. People still tell the story of the girl who was once mocked but became their beloved princess. They say the true magic wasn't in her healing medicines, but in how she healed hearts with forgiveness, taught everyone to see the beauty within each person. And in the end, those who once laughed at her size came to admire the enormous size of her heart.